Well, how y'all doing today? This is going to be a video of my revolver collection. And I went ahead and divided up my revolvers from my automatics because I have quite a few. And it's a little easier if you just split them up. So we're going to start here. This is a Model 65 357 made for the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. And then they were traded back in for Smith & Wesson M&Ps. And then Smith & Wesson sold them to dealers, refurbished them largely, and resold them to dealers. So this is a gun that probably spent a lot of its time either in an armory or up in a perimeter picket, or used for transports, transporting offenders to hospitals and between units. So I got one. Kind of wish I bought two, but still awesome 357. Wear and tear on it, but that's just kind of the way these guns were. They were used and abused. So here I've got a 9-shot Taurus 22, really heavy trigger pull. Other than that, I love the gun, but the trigger pull is a beast, well over 10 pounds, a lot. And then I've got a Taurus ultralight. That is a great gun, except for the fact that all the recoil goes into your hand. It feels like somebody took your hand and beat it with a billy club. And other than that, great gun, but you know, target shooting, no. After a few shots, you're gonna be done. Not fun. So there is my Taurus it's a polymer pistol. I use it out in the field. I'll use it when I go shed hunting, and the recoil is not a problem with that gun at all. It's a tremendous improvement. Plus, it shoots plus P ammunition. So, and yeah, there's a little rust on it because it gets a lot of use. So it is what it is. Then here is a Smith & Wesson Model 13 that was initially designed for the New York State Police. And then this is the civilian model. It's got a 3-inch barrel, which significantly improves the muzzle velocity when you have a longer barrel. So it's designed for concealed carry. This was probably made in the early 80s, and you know, that one more inch probably gives you, off the top of my head, at least 100 feet per second, probably more than that. So when you have a snub, you lose so much muzzle velocity due to the barrel being so short and not being enough distance to build up gases. The longer the barrel, the faster the bullet will be. So here is an Enfield. This is an Enfield World War II. It's English. It says 1940 right there. And it fires 38 short Colt. And if you've ever seen Indiana Jones, you know he's got that break open, which is an older Smith & Wesson design. And this gun breaks open just like the Smith & Wesson did. And really neato. You know, it's kind of hard to do with the camera. So, but anytime you see Indiana Jones, you see that break open pistol. This functions just like that. Here is a Nagant, Russian Army Nagant pistol. This is clearly, it's in excellent condition, by the way, but it has the weirdest firing mechanism. First of all, the trigger pull is, well, you thought that 22 is bad. Man, this trigger pull is out of this world. And, you know, this gun only, you can't cock the hammer. So, and it is a monstrosity trigger pull. And what it does is it makes the cylinder, I can barely do it like that, go forward, and then takes a tapered bullet and sticks it into the chamber so that it gets a much better chamber pressure. It's a very strange design. Just about indestructible, but pretty weird. And this is for you Rossi haters out there. This is a Rossi made in the early 70s that is in fabulous 95% plus condition. Bought it off a coworker. It's a 22, and it's extremely well made. So, you know, you say Rossi, that's trash. And that's not a trashy pistol. It's a very well made, nice pistol. This is a Smith & Wesson 32 hand ejector is what it's called, and it fires 32 long. Probably lived in somebody's drawer. Very well made, obviously, and was probably made in the early 20s. And fabulous gun, very functional. I love it. And you notice that Rossi is very close to being a copy. If you look at the body and where everything is, it kind of appears like they based it on that, and that's called a J-frame. These are, excuse me, yes, these are J-frame pistols. And K-frame that's a K-frame. That's the quote-unquote standard size for revolvers, large caliber revolvers. And these are J-frames, which are smaller pistols. And then you got basically a Saturday night special from the late 1880s, early 1890s, and a crappy pistol, which I have shot and I will probably never shoot again. It was just poor materials, gambler's gun, piece of garbage, but I got it, and I bought it at a garage sale, believe it or not, for three other guns. These three I'm going to show you. These three pistols I all bought at a garage sale, and this is a RG. This is what the law was made to outlaw these being imported. This is what the original term Saturday Night Special came from. And if I remember off the top of my head, it's a 7-shot, but it's 22 short. And it's actually better made than that gun, believe it or not. Quite a bit better made, believe it or not. So I'll shoot this pistol. That one, and that fires 32 short. Yeah, go find some of that. And then right here, I've got a knockoff of a Colt New Line from the 1880s actually. And this was the reason it almost bankrupted Colt, because this is that's a copy. And it says it has patents, but, it's a very well-made copy. And it fires 30 rimfire. And to have some bullets made will probably cost more than the gun itself is worth. So, anyway, there is my revolver collection. And I hope y'all enjoyed that. Yes, I like wheel guns. You're going to find that I have more wheel guns than I do semi-autos. So, anyway, there's my revolver collection. And I hope y'all enjoyed it. And I will talk to you guys later. Have a nice one.